We're down in Lime Kilns. Lime Kilns is maybe just 2 miles from my house. Bring the kids and the dogs down here and hang out. It's cold today, but I thought it'd be a nice place just to sit and have a chat. Well, you're right, mate. It's New Year's Eve, and it's one of them things, isn't it? New Year's Eve, time to reflect, time to think, and we're moving into a new year, and for me, that's a big year. It's the biggest year I've had in 3 years, 2-3 years, in terms of output overall. Most of it's been coaching, as you know. Most of it's been coaching. We've had some big events with Fergus, kind of clawing back. We did the Brutal just past last year, or this year rather. Huge big event, and I worked the kind of project management and the support and things for that. Before that we did the Keltman, before that we did the Keltman again, and we've done a lot just trying to kind of move things forward in that front for Fergus, but that's allowed me a chance to kind of settle into myself and take time out from injuries and things that I've had. I think the last big thing I did was Nevis, where we climbed Nevis over and over for 22 ascents, 11 days. Yeah, you can see the pain when I'm thinking about that. And this is really the first kind of chance, first time I've had something that I'm really getting my teeth into, really enjoying the idea of. So moving into 2023, I'm kind of pushing into something big for myself now. So over the course of the year, with the help of Through Dark, with Beyond the Ultimate facilitating it for us, Elliot Brown helping, we're pushing forward to try and get 4 major ultramarathons done in 4 different extremes. So the Arctic, through the Peruvian jungle, through the Namib Desert, and across the Tian Shan Mountains, 250 kilometres approximately on each. Really extreme environments and really difficult terrain. I want to try and do all them within 2023, whilst maintaining some kind of semblance of order with jiu-jitsu, which anybody who knows me will be giggling about watching this, because I just don't get to it. And a few other things, maintaining strength, maintaining an ability to run these businesses with Fergus, and still trying to be present and still be available for the family. So it's a lot to cram in, but we can definitely do it. It's just making sure that we're all kind of planned out and things are going forward well. At the moment, I'm rammed full of cold, full of flu, and it's a latent augury.
How many times you've had that?
New Year's Eve, into the hospital tonight for an emergency x-ray because I might have pneumonia. And then we go to the Arctic. The Arctic's in February, so I've got a few weeks to get right from that. Won't be a problem.
How are you feeling about it?
About pneumonia or about the Arctic? Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared in a good way though. For me, all 4 of those extremes are exciting. All 4 have their own problems to kind of circumnavigate. All 4 of them have their issues that they're going to throw up. But for whatever reason, the cold, the ice, the isolation, the vastness of the Arctic fills me full of excitement and fear and all the things that come along with it. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm sure once that one's passed and I can kind of really focus on the next one, that's the one I'll be excited for. But this one's looking at me directly at the moment, so I'm really pumped for it. So the first of 4 is Swedish Lapland through the Arctic Circle. So 250 kilometres over Swedish Lapland through the land of the Sami people, who will assist us on that journey. And it's a trek. It's a real hard trek. So that's why we're here. That's why we're out in these mountains, looking for a bit of hardship, looking for a bit of snow, seeking out some trouble, and just getting used to breathing heavy.
Cold do you reckon it'll be in Sweden?
It seems to be that there's a variance. I mean, a couple of years back, Chris was telling me that the temperature there was down as far as -50. Now, 2 years back, I think the last time they were able to do it, it got into about -12, which, when you look at -50 to -12, that's almost tropical, but it's still, if you just went straight to that, it's bloody cold. So whatever way it pans out, it's going to be very, very cold. But there's different kinds of cold, so we'll only know when we get there.
So would you prefer something? I know that obviously you're doing the cold, but would you prefer the extreme heat or the extreme cold? Like what side of it's an easier thing for you to function in?
For me, the Arctic poses the problem with the Arctic is going to be getting the air in. It's going to be difficult to breathe because just because of the nature of the altitude, the nature of the air, and then underfoot it's tough. We're going to have to wear snowshoes and finding your place on the ground is going to be difficult. And how cold it is going to determine how that terrain pans out. But ultimately, for me, I think that's going to be the easiest part for me. Easy is a relative term. None of it's going to be easy in the slightest. But the heat's going to get me worse. So I think that this is the one that I'm going to be able to embrace physiologically the best. It's just what suits me the best. But then the flip side of that is the actual terrain is going to be the hardest. So it's never going to be easy. I think part of it is feeling, like you say, born and bred. When we were kids, those were our holidays. That's what we got to do, was go up and down mountains. We were part of the scouting organisation as well. My dad was a big man on campus with scouting. So we were every summer holiday, every winter holiday, it was up and down mountains. I don't think till I was older that I appreciated as much as that gave me. But now when I go there, I kind of feel free, feel open. You know yourself because you climb too. But you go out to the vastness of it, the openness of it. You feel free and you feel connected at the same time. So I find that's not a thrill. It's just like I say, it's a connection. It's kind of a communion with nature, and it makes me feel kind of whole. And there's no other things around you. You're free from the trappings of day-to-day society and fucking all the things that come along with that. But the big events, the big push, things like Nevis and things that we've done before. I've done 300-mile ultra marathons and things before where it's not always gone right for me, but completing it or completing the set objective isn't really key. It's getting out there and finding those little moments where you find yourself questioning your capability, questioning your will. And I've always said, various different videos and little podcasts and things that I've been on, you'll hear me repeat this over and over. Sometimes out there, you meet yourself a little bit, or a version of yourself, quietly, and in those moments of either moments of elation or moments of despair, where you kind of have to question yourself a little bit about your own character. And I quite like that. I quite like that, knowing that that's going to come at some point. You don't know when. Maybe it's only after it's happened when you realise that was a big moment for you. But you always come away from it having experienced a new insight into yourself, and therefore an insight into the world. I don't think you can get unless you put yourself into those environments. I don't necessarily mean mountains for anybody. It doesn't have to be that. It just has to be some kind of push, some kind of hardship, something that's making you question your grit and maybe your values that you consider yourself to hold dear. So come right back to the very beginning. When I get out into the mountains, there's nothing else around me. I've only got myself, and it's honest, and that's it. Same with these other big things. It's honest. It's a big push. If I can't do it, these great big things, I could quite easily fail. That doesn't scare me at all. It's those questions, and I kind of push for that fear. I enjoy that. Going to end up full of ice about this big, and I'll look like Santa. Yeah, got a nice cup of hot piss for you. Hot piss!
piss anyone?
Down to mind the bosoms of a lady. The bosoms of a lady.
Does it make sense? Want to catch me killing Christmas? Jonny kills a robin. It's Christmas!